So a few weeks ago on Twitter, I saw a thread going around that said, you know those books you've been holding to read in, like the do not read in case of until an emergency, like do not break glass in case of emergency, those types of books, like romance books, like now is your time to read them. So that's what this reading vlog is. So I have some books that I have been saving for the time when I have wanted to just have a really good comfort read. And so I have 3 books here for the comfort read selections. And we're going to pick one and we're going to read it. And then we're going to save the other 2 for a time when we feel like we need a comfort read. And then we're going to read that. And then I have some tea. My husband made me some tea. And then I have this soft blanket. And maybe I'll make some cookies and probably have a bath. And we're just gonna read some comfort reads. So here are my 3 books that I have been saving for this time. And they are 3 of my favorite authors. They are all historical romance, and they are books that I am positive I'm going to love. And a lot of times people say, I can't believe you haven't read that book. And I said, well, I've been holding it for a time when I feel like I needed a comfort read for an emergency. And so we have Dreaming of You by Lisa Kleypas, the Derek Craven. I've been saving this. And then we have The Wallflower Wager by Tessa Dare. I've been saving this one for a time when I really needed a pick-me-up. Because I love Tessa Dare, and this one has animals, and I really, really, really want this one. I want something cute and fun and happy. And then we have, of course, a book by my queen, my favorite author, the amazing Sarah MacLean. No Good Earl Deserves a Lover. I've read the first book in this series. I have been holding on to this to read for a time such as now. So I think I'm probably going to start with this one because honestly, I just really want something that I know I'm going to love and that is just going to be comforting and wonderful. And Sarah's books always do that for me, and I just want to be wowed and I want to be swept away. And I don't know, like, I don't even know that anything has really been happening, but like, it just feels like the world is kind of heavy right now, and I haven't been feeling very well. I have a chronic illness, I have endometriosis, and I have had a flare-up recently, and I just want to spend the weekend not working and not worrying and escaping into these lovely books and pampering myself. So that's what I'm going to do, and you're going to come along with me, and I'm going to give you updates on this. I think this is the one I'm going to go with first, because I just really want to. So we'll see how much reading I get done this weekend. Maybe I'll have a chance to pick up another one. If I do, I will probably go with Tessa Dare, because I also have this on Kindle, but I wanted the step back because y'all know I'm trash for step backs. And then I will save the Lisa Kleypas for a later date. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. I hope that if you are watching this and you also feel like you need a comfort read, that you allow yourself to do that right now and just feel happy again, you know? Like, I was just listening to a podcast by Sarah MacLean about, it was the one right after Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and they were talking about romance books as solace, and I just felt like that is so true and that's so valid. And once again, we come to realize the value of romance novels and really feel like they're just wonderful.
And your wings in the sky tonight. I'm sitting on a rock and watching heron fly. Feet in the water, alpha wave. It has been such a beautiful day. A beautiful day. A beautiful day.
Hello friends, welcome to the comfort reading vlog. The read your books you've been saving for, you know, the break in, why can't I ever say this right? Break glass in case of emergency books. That's what we're doing. So I am reading One Good Earl Deserves a Lover by Sarah MacLean. And I am on chapter 2, so I haven't gotten very far. This is just basically me coming in here, like, from the second I picked this up, I was just hooked. Like, there's just something about Sarah's writing that instantly engages me and that instantly just gets me invested in the characters and that also instantly entertains me. From the very opening sentence, I'm instantly entertained, and I just love it so much. So this series is one I've kind of been holding on to. I read the first one and I loved it, and then I heard that a lot of people said this was their favorite in the series, so I kind of was holding on to it for a moment such as now, and here we are reading it, and it's very, very good, and I am loving it so much. So this book is about Pippa, who we see in the first book. We see Pippa and Cross. So Cross is, I'm not entirely sure how, okay, he's a partner in the gambling hell that is in the first book. So it's basically like a gentleman's club and a gambling hell, and they just, it's, you know, they're in like the upper of society, and this is like, you know, an underground type of thing. So, and Pippa is, I think she's the sister-in-law of, is it Penelope from the first book? Is that her name? I can't remember names. I'm so bad at that. Anyway, she's engaged to be married within 14 days to someone who she is okay with marrying. She doesn't love him, but she's okay with marrying him because she thinks that he's going to provide her with the things that she wants to live a happy life, because like she's very scholarly, she wants to be able to still study, she loves animals, she's getting a pack of hounds when she marries him, and it's very interesting to see that she's just like, yeah, okay, I'll marry you as long as I get what I want to keep doing what I want to do. And I feel like that's pretty empowering, you know? Like, I feel like it's very common to, especially in historical romances, to see women be like, or want to only marry for love, even though they recognize they may have to do other things first. And Pippa here is like, I don't care about love, just let me have my books and be able to study and give me my dogs and I'll be fine. Anyway, but the one thing she wants is, she wants to be ruined before her wedding night. She wants to do that. So she comes to Cross, who has the most elaborate reputation for ruination, and she proposes that he will help her be ruined. And it's just so dang delightful, because you can see that, like, it's very interesting to see her point of view, and that she's a little bit emotionally removed, like she's seeing it as an experiment, and he is instantly like perplexed by her and just very, very intrigued with her, and also just like very attracted to her in a way because she's so different from other women, and I really like that. And I don't want to say it has the I'm not like other girl tropes, because it doesn't, but she is definitely not like other girls, and he's very into that, you know? And there is one scene in particular when, like, he asks her, how did you get here? I'm like, how did you, where's your carriage? You know, how can I get you back home? This is in their first meeting. And what does she call it? So she says, I got here by bipedal locomotion. Like, she walked there, and he says nothing at all to suggest that Pippa was anything other than a perfectly ordinary young woman, until she opens her mouth and says things like bipedal locomotion. And it's just so funny. I'm enjoying it. It's very lighthearted, very fun. It's everything I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. It's happy, fun. That's it. So yeah. So this whole weekend I'm just doing a bunch of like things that I find comforting. So I finally updated my bullet journal. I haven't done that for October at all. I was going to do a video, but I did not. And then I also have had some baths and just been relaxing and reading and getting ready for the week ahead. So I'll put that footage in here somewhere interspersed with my reading clips. But yeah, it's been going good so far. So part of the comfort read, or I guess, I don't know, pampering, self-care, is to color my hair. So this hair color that I'm doing is a semi-permanent color. I do this about 4 weeks after I color it with my main color that has bleach in it and peroxide. So this is not supposed to damage my hair. It's just supposed to freshen up the color. I did this in one of my other videos and I hated the color that I got because I got hot red. This one is magenta, which is what I like, because then it has the pink undertones. Also, I am not a licensed cosmetologist at all. I'm just doing this on myself because it's COVID, and I researched some on websites and YouTube, but I am 100% not an expert. So that's my disclaimer. But it is, the color that I have is this Ion Bright semi-permanent color in magenta. So we're gonna color this hair, and hopefully I'll be able to get some footage. I don't know if I'll be able to talk during it. My plan is always to talk while I do this, but then I'm just trying not to make a mess everywhere. So I may just show you the finished product. Well, this is the hair. Can you tell a difference? I hope you can. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know that that color did much. But it does look a little brighter, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'll do that again. Maybe it definitely was more like a manic panic type of color, like, because like my scalp was pink too. Anyway, dyeing my hair always makes me feel better. I wish I could dye it more often. Also, I got a Lush order today for my baths, and they got their new winter bath bombs, and they're so pretty. Like, can you see the glitter on this one? Eee, I'm so excited. I think this one is like Snow Fairy. It smells really good, but all of their stuff does. Now, let's talk about the book I'm reading. So, I'm loving this so freaking much. See, I'm tabbing it up a little bit. I just barely started tabbing it, and I wished I had, I went back and tabbed a few things that I remembered liking a lot, but I am 100 pages into this, and I am really enjoying this a lot. I feel like Pippa is a really interesting character because she is very much, like, she's very innocent, like extremely innocent. Like, her whole concept of ruination, like going to be ruined by Cross, is basically that she wants to know what happens in the marriage bed. And so part of me finds that really adorable that she's so innocent, because it suits her personality really well, because she's just very intellectual, and it's interesting because she's approaching this as a way to just it's a science experiment, you know, but at the same time she's having these like reactions and these feelings to Cross that are wonderful, spicy meatball, but she's not really understanding them, and so that's kind of that's a very fun circumstance to have in this book, because I don't know that I've read much like that before, you know? And yeah, It's fun. It's good. I really like it. And Cross is, oh, he's just wonderful. I really enjoy his character a lot. Like, we're just getting to learn more about his backstory and his family and a little bit of why he's doing what he's doing and how he's going to such lengths to protect his sister. And he ended up turning Pippa down, and you can tell that he's a little conflicted about that. And there was one passage in here where he was talking about, like, Pippa is very, like, black or white. That's her character. She sees things one way or the other, and that's the way it is. And so Cross is teaching her about, like, there are shades of gray to people. It's not always just truth or lie, you know, and I loved that moment so much. So there's very little romance happening yet, but I know it will deliver. I am excited for them to meet up again, because right now we're seeing their individual backstories. I know Sarah MacLean will deliver. I know it. So I'm gonna actually a lot of time has passed since I last updated you. This ended up being not just a weekend reading vlog. I was reading some other books that I needed to do for book groups and for videos. So now I'm back to reading this, and I'm very excited to have another weekend, because here we are, it's Friday. It's been a week since I started this vlog, to have another opportunity to just do some comfort reading. See you in my next update. Do you want to see my new sweatshirt? Yes, you do. Look. It's from Fugly Barbie again, because I love their stuff. Well. Okay, so here we are with my hair looking real nice because I had another bath. I did, and I feel good about that decision, because I just really needed it. You guys, this is baths are so comforting to me, and I feel really lucky that I have a really nice bathtub and I can do that on the weekends. So I had a bath and I read a lot of this, tabbing it up muchly. So I am now on 222. I have this much left, and I love this book so much. Are we surprised? It's Sarah MacLean. We knew I was going to love it. We knew. And the question is varying shades of how much are we going to love it. I really feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for me. I just adore it, honestly. Like, so they're this far in. They haven't even kissed yet, you guys. They haven't even kissed yet. The sexual tension is so palpable. It's so strong. Like, I feel like it's going to happen, like, right now. Like, I feel like we're at the part where it's probably going to happen, like, right now, and I am ready for it. And I just, oh my gosh, I feel like Sarah MacLean does such a great job of building up to that moment, and it's just so good, and I love it. I just freaking love it so much. I don't know, man. Like, if you were expecting a coherent review about this book, this clip ain't it. But I just love it. I did find something interesting, though. So Pippa is, like, she's very intellectual, like, studying and learning and knowledge is, like, her thing. And she's so involved in that she kind of lacks what she considers to be, like, social... Well, that's not true, because she's really good in social situations. Like, she does all of what is expected of her as a lady, you know? But there's a part of her that feels, like, awkward about interactions with people, like, one-on-one, you know? And so it's very interesting to see in this book how Sarah highlights moments where she's very adept and very expert at talking about her knowledge, like horticulture and anatomy. Like, she's so confident when she's talking about that. And she just exudes this power that she knows this, and it's her power, you know, and I just love that so much. But then you get her in these moments where it's not something that's intellectual, it's something about, like, feelings, or, like, you know, her whole what happens when you're married thing, like, and you see Pippa just really become very timid and very unsure and very hesitant, and that juxtaposition of her character is so expertly done. Like, I feel like that could borderline be a caricature, right? Like, that might not work, but Sarah MacLean deals with subtlety so well that she just makes that fine line between, like too much and not enough, just perfectly done. It's just every moment in this book that is meant to have an emotional impact, like, has a 10 out of 10 emotional impact for me. Like, every single moment when she's with Cross and they're getting to the point where I feel like the sparks are right there, and like they're just like, you can tell they just want to kiss each other, and then like, and you're just like feeling it, and then they don't, and instead of being like let down and disappointed, I'm like on the edge of my seat waiting for that to happen again, you know? Like, it's so good. This is, oh my goodness, this is good. This, if you, like, so it's very slow burn. It's slow burn, but in the best way. Because, like, it's not like they hate each other. It's not that they can't be together. I mean, they, you know, they feel like they can't. But Pippa is she's ready to be ruined, you know? But it's not anything that's keeping them apart other than, like, she's circling him wondering if he really likes her, like, she thinks that he's not attracted to her because she doesn't feel like she's attractive and that men don't desire her, and that's something she wants, is to learn how to get her husband, her future husband, to desire her. And then you have Cross, who is so attracted to her and so confused with how he feels about her, and it's just so delightfully complex and so fun, and it's also very, like, realistic and very empathetic, and I just adore it. It's so good. It's very good. Yeah, so, man, I'm probably gonna finish this tonight. That's why I thought I would come and check in right now, because it's nighttime and the light is gonna be gone, and then I will probably, I don't know, man. I may come back, but I just love it so much. If you haven't read this book yet, you probably have if you've been reading historicals for a while. Oh, this is a good book. This is so good. I feel like with this series, like, I did read the first one and I really liked it a lot, but this one, I love it. I love it. So I just feel so happy reading this. Like, this just makes me so happy. And I just adore it. It's so good. So I am really curious to see how they're going to get their happily ever after. That'll be interesting. So, also, like, Pippa, like, in those moments when Pippa is very, like, unsure and, like, she kind of loses that confidence she has when she's talking about her intellect, like, you can, like, she's still, like, she's a very strong character too, so, like, there are some wonderfully feminist moments in here where she, you know, Cross tries to tell her what to do, and she just, no, she doesn't put up with that. It's just great. It's so freaking good. I love it. It's wonderful. This is giving me everything I wanted in a comfort read. It's perfection. It's perfection. It's gonna be a 5 stars. I really hope I don't come and say I'm disappointed. I don't think I will, because Sarah MacLean doesn't let me down, because she's my favorite. She's my favorite ever. Okay, I'm gonna go read some more, and I will probably have some chocolate. Check in with you later. Well, I finished it. Just barely, and I love this book so much. Oh my gosh, this was what I was looking for. Hold on, let me move. Let's see if I can get less glare on my glasses. Is that better? That's better, right? This was such a comfort read. This whole thing was so enjoyable. Like, my heart is like, oh, so big now. Like, I just loved it. So I just adore Sarah MacLean. She just, honestly, I feel like she can do no wrong. And if you think she can, you're wrong, because she's just fantastic. This book was completely enjoyable from beginning to end. I was kind of concerned how much the payoff was going to be. Like, was I going to like the payoff? Was it going to be enough of a payoff, because they took so long before they even kissed? But that payoff was wonderful. It was so great. Like, I just adore these characters. I felt like they were so perfectly matched, and I loved seeing Cross just really sort of bend and soften towards her. I really enjoyed seeing how he was just so intrigued with her, kind of despite himself, and I just really, really loved that. I feel like, I don't know how much else I can say about it other than just I loved it so much. And I feel like something that Sarah MacLean did beautifully in here was consent. I feel like she always handles consent so well, and she always puts these little tiny lines in that just let you know, like, there was something about, in one of their steamy scenes, and Pippa thought to herself she loved that he thought of her enough to ask, and I just thought, oh, so good. It was so good. And then there was another scene where they were just starting to come together and to kiss, and Pippa feels a little self-conscious about her glasses because she wears glasses. And in fact, in the beginning of this book, Sarah MacLean dedicates it for girls who wear glasses. It was made for me. This book, I really feel like this book had everything that I wanted. Oh, back to what I was originally saying. Like, there was a moment when when they were just starting to, like, kiss, things were starting to get, like, heated up, and she was self-conscious about her glasses that she was wearing, because in her mind she's like, but they're not very, like, smoldery, you know? And so she starts to take them off, and Cross stops her, and she kind of starts to protest and say, well, they're not really, and Cross says they're perfect. And that was really powerful to me, simply because it was evidence of Cross wanting her for exactly who she was in that moment. You know, I feel like that was so powerful, and I just adored it. I just loved this book. This is a 5-star. Like, I would give this 10 stars if I could, because this is going to be one of my favorite books of all time. I've tabbed it. I just adore it. I can see myself reading this over and over again. When I said I wanted a comfort read, I just went in knowing Sarah MacLean is a safe, happy author that makes me feel all those good, happy feelings that I want when I read a romance. And there's no stress, and there's no trauma, and there's not really much sadness. There's conflict, and you're wondering, are they going to get together? You know they're going to get together. But all of those emotions that I feel like I'm feeling so much right now, a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of worry about what's going to happen, you know, like maybe you're feeling that too. I picked a Sarah MacLean book because I knew she would deliver and take me out of that headspace, at least for a few hours, and let me just feel just that joy of reading and being swept away in a story. And oh, I just loved it. I loved it so much. I feel like there were some other things that I wanted to say about this and now they have left my brain. But this was absolutely perfect. It was just the comfort that I needed, you know? And like when I said at the first of this vlog, I listened to a Fated Mates episode where they were talking about finding solace in romance novels, and that's exactly what I found right now. I adored it. I feel so happy now. It's just so great. And yeah, this was wonderful. This is one of my new favorite couples of all time. Like, I loved also seeing Pippa's strengths being like her asset, and she was never afraid to use her strengths to further, you know, to help her situation. I just loved it. I loved everything about it. I love Cross is one of my favorite heroes. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah. So this was a really fun vlog. I hope you liked it. I am kind of experimenting with filming more of my life. I don't know how I feel about that. A lot of times I'll do vlogs and I'll just talk about the books. This time I put in more stuff for things that I do that kind of help me feel comfort. So I don't know. You'll have to let me know what you think about that. But this was great. This was everything I wanted. I loved it so much. 5 out of 5 stars. Perfect comfort read. If you haven't picked up Sarah MacLean yet, like, you just have to. I honestly, I don't understand people who say they don't like her. I just don't. Because she's perfect. And I love her. And I love her books. And this one was fantastic. 5 stars. So, thanks so much for watching. I hope that this vlog was fun. I hope you liked it. And let me know what one of your comfort reads is down below, or a comfort read author that you have. Do you save books of theirs for times such as this when you can, you know, break glass and read those books? Let me know if you do. And I'll see you in my next video.